Hey guys, so I'm just sending a video out just to address some of the issues that everyone's will have known about today. There are a few points to go over, so just bear with me. I'll try to keep the video as short as possible. Kind of some old sort of news, but basically back on May the 20th, 2019. Just one of the neighbours got in touch with me and said that there was someone tried to break into his garage. In doing so, they must have left a bike that they may have stolen. So if anyone has had a bike stolen or missing off the estate, just get in touch. Bear in mind though, because hence another reason why I was asking everyone, are you getting the emails, is because I did actually send an email about this back on May 20th sort of time, but I didn't hear anything back, and I just assumed that everyone was going, it doesn't concern me. But now I'm getting all responses back. I think I may have done something wrong and maybe just didn't get sent properly. So basically what I'm trying to say is that with that, the neighbour may not have the bike anymore because it's been from May 20th and he didn't hear nothing back from myself, so he may have just been well, obviously I'm not going to keep it for endless amount of time, so apologies if it isn't around. But in addition to this, I also just wanted to be that we do get a lot of thefts every couple of years. If you do have anything go missing or someone attempts to try break in, anything like that, just drop me an email and then I can shoot it out to the rest of the estate, just make everyone a bit more vigilant and aware, and that way you can sort of safeguard yourself as much as possible. Moving on to the next points, which you probably want to hear about. So obviously a lot of us, if not all of us, have got a letter from SDL confirming that basically the 2018 budget is too little. They factored for 16,000. Just going to keep numbers easy. Factored for 16,000, told that it needs to now go up to 20,000. So there's arrears, and that's what we will be paying difference again. Now, and just to sort of nitpick, because apologies guys, it's my third time of doing this video now. Things just keep going wrong, but it's actually meant to be, the budget was meant to be about 15,996. So again, the maths isn't right, but anyway, so with regards to that, they're saying that now we're going to be due that. So I'd assume in maybe a couple of weeks time, couple of months time, we're going to get letters saying we owe this extra amount. Now, if any of you have what I have here, which is the SDL property management in yellow, it says notable changes to the budget for the coming year, right? That's for 2019. Now, if any of you have noticed what I've noticed, on the 2019 budget, that's factored. So this year they billed that for £20,000, 20,790 to be exact. But now, obviously, with 2018, they're saying 2018 should have been 22,000. Already, they've underbilled supposedly 2019 year. So this is just to kind of make everyone aware that come 2020, we may get, this time 2020, we may get another letter stating the same thing, that we owe X amount and they've under budgeted again. And surely this is just going to have a domino effect, because maybe it'll be 2021 and whatnot. But minimally, I would have thought at least for 2020, we've got another you've underpaid letter coming. So that was just to make everyone a bit aware on that. Thirdly, it's kind of now about managing expectations, because I know it's obviously I've seen all the emails and I was going to respond just all in one go, but everyone is sort of, or I'll probably say I've had about 30-40 emails back from about the 80 that I have kind of on file that work. 4 always come back that they don't work. But again, sort of that number is all saying, this isn't, nonsense, we shouldn't be paying this, it's, how is this right? How have they undercharged? How have they overcharged or underpriced for so much? Blah, blah, blah. Now, my point with this, guys, is there's no point really arguing the case, right? And I go to that in the sense of, we have attempted the whole present to SDL hardcore facts, with evidence, pictures, all that. Back, I can't remember, last year or the year before, where, if you remember, I took all feedback and questions from yourselves, plus my own sort of queries, put them together in questions, sent them to Michelle. She then responded back in red. I then responded back in green. She then just in the end started to just call me, and I was talking to her on the phone, but I truly believe that was more to do with her. She just didn't want any of this stuff in writing. But in the fact of the facts, did we get any refund? No. Are things any cheaper? No. So my point is, just doing that again is going to be irrelevant. This is where it goes back to, and if any of you have dealt with Michelle, you know that she will only ever deal with, she's only ever going to sort of move on and do things by the book or the right way or whatever, if sort of legal prowess is behind us. Without that, it's just going to be the same battle again and again, every year, this same level of annoyance again and again. Now, the reason, for people who may not remember, but the reason why we didn't go down that route was because it was like a 50-50 split. I felt that it should be unanimous, because you don't know other people's situations, why they may not want it to go too deep, and also for my own sort of like safeguarding, if you will. I didn't want to sort of just be like, ignore those people, do what I want to do, and then next thing you know, I'm somehow getting caught up with issues from them and whatnot. So that's kind of where it stands on that side. So again, people may be like, so what is the whole point? You know, where are we going to go with this? The only one sort of saving little minor grace we have is that I do believe if we didn't do anything, right, never even mention this once, right, we still would have got these letters as they are, still be getting told that we need to pay this much as it is, but literally nothing would be getting done. Now, I know we all feel nothing is getting done, but there has been times where they have cut the sides in this ever since I then complained and walked around with Michelle to confirm what will be getting done. Now, just to make everyone aware, those areas are the when you come up Spring Lane, the very first house of the estate, there's a fence that runs along the estate. On the other side of that fence is a big horrible wooded bushy area that's meant to be maintained. Over by my side, there's like this sort of car park area. There's like a big bushy area there that's meant to be all barked and planted, and that's meant to look pretty decent, like not just cut back, it's meant to look quite presentable. Then over by the apartments, there's the big grass area that they're meant to cut back and look after there. Now, I do believe they do that. I would assume, I haven't been down, but I'd assume that is actually done as we speak. I do plan over the weekend to get out, take pictures, and to see how things are, because I have been out a couple of weeks ago, and the two areas, i.e. at the start of the estate and over by me, they are overgrown, they are ridiculous again, as per usual. The word maintaining is not happening. So I'm going to do that and at least get that. I know it's very minor, but hey, if I have to pay £1,000 just to get a single rose planted, I want that rose planted. So that's minimum what I want to get, because everything else, guys, when you look at the budget, I'm sorry, but it is nonsense. The things we pay £660 for renewals. Like, what does that even mean? You know, public liability, long-term maintenance plans, £70. Bank administration fees, management fees, £6,820. Like, you know, so, but we've all been here, all this, we've tried to address all this before, and this is where I say, without sort of legal backing to kind of say, hey, we're working on behalf of so and so, we need you guys to address this and this and this, we're probably never going to know, right? So with that being said, I may open it back up to a vote again, because maybe people now, after having a couple of years of things are just going up and up and up, maybe people will be like, you know what, why not, let's give it a try and do it the proper way. If not that, I think what I may do, I've seen some suggestions from someone, they said maybe contact the Express and Star, someone else suggested Trading Standards. I think I may just at the very minimum do that, unless people get back to me if you feel for some reason that is out the question also. But my head surely thinks that surely that may be just something. If we can just get the papers to write about it, and it, maybe. But again, that's I need people to get back to me if you don't have an issue with it, then it doesn't matter. If you do have an issue, then obviously get back. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So yeah, so at the end of the day, that's kind of how it is. Just with us being as smart as we are, or think we are as an estate, and the hard evidence that we have put towards them. If you go back over the emails, guys, we speak very articulate. Everything is said in a nice manner. But if you spoke with Michelle, you know how she is. She's very, very difficult. So at the end of the day, it's always going to be that we need that legal official presence with us to get anywhere with that. The only other option, like I said, is Express and Start and maybe Trading Standards. Now there is one thing. This is a kind of a call to action for a few people on the estate, because one thing I seem to notice, because obviously I work from home, right? So basically the one thing that I seem to notice a lot is whenever we get these letters from SDL and saying pay more this, pay more that, what always seems to happen the next day or within a couple of days is that you just see a big van and it's something, and you think it's to do with maintaining the estate, and things then get cut and blah 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 blah. It's kind of it's oh god, get someone out there quickly. And I actually made this video earlier today probably about 12 o'clock. But then today at 1:20 p.m, a sort of big white van called Airways Facilities Management came onto the estate. It came round by me, so went past my house, and then kind of went up, this kind of cordoned off area. But it seems as if it was going to one of the areas to be maintained. Now, this is when I say the point of call, because if you live in plot 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30, maybe even 35, 34, 36, 33, you may have seen that van go up there. Now, the reason why I need to know, because I don't know if this was just someone getting some work done, or if it was genuinely meant to be the maintenance company coming in. Because literally, guys, what happened is he came onto the estate for about 1:20. Then he went out of sight, went round the back. I could hear a chainsaw for a few minutes. It then went off. It then came back round, parked up, kind of diagonal to mine, kind of blocking the kind of car park area that we have, leading me to think that he was then going to attack it from the back and cut all round and get all that right. But he didn't. He actually just pulled up for 3 minutes and then drove off the estate. So he was on the estate for no longer than 10 minutes. Right, now it would not take 10 minutes to maintain that area. It takes me longer than 10 minutes just to prune the bushes in my front. So I just don't believe it was done correctly. So what I'm thinking may have happened is that maybe they sent someone, maybe the guy logged in on the system, whatever, to say that he's been, but he has not done the work. But I need to know, hopefully I'll know that is Airways Facilities Management, is this some part to do with us, or did someone hire this company because they wanted just a few things pruning in their front? So if anyone does know that, just get back to me. So like I said, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 22, 23, 24, 35, 34, these plots. If anyone saw anything at around 120, just let me know. Because again, this is another issue we have. I have no idea who our property maintenance company is. It wasn't Airways when I walked around with Michelle when we were talking, and I actually walked around with Michelle and a property management company, but it wasn't called Airways. I do forget the name, it's written somewhere. But so this is all. So this is kind of what I'm sort of needing, and that's kind of how things stand. Like I said, I will be taking pictures. If people still are 50-50 split with the whole maybe trying to do a legal thing, I think the last sort of step I can really do is Express and Star, maybe Trading Standards, and then after that, guys, it will literally just be every year kind of get maybe slightly annoyed, just be prepared for the worst. And then all this sort of me emailing you is going to be more to just do with like, hey guys, this has been, a theft has gone on here, or watch out for this. So I think that's everything. If there's any questions or anything that anyone else can think of, or you think I need to address or think of, just drop me an email, and then we can go from there. So and I'll speak to everyone later. Bye.